Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Sucking Gas and Hauling Ass Podcast. I'm your host, Derek Sprott. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 2 with my two co-hosts again, the lovely and very handsome Paul Zimmerman.
Hello, everybody.
And the razzle-dazzle, my ass is on fire, Brandon Sprott.
It's out now.
So, we got another special guest in on this week, the amazing Kohl Rickie, everyone. Give it up to Kohl Rickie.
Yeah, buddy.
Paul, you didn't seem very...
No, I'll tell you what, I'm more than happy to have Kohl on.
So, welcome in, Kohl. Are you excited to be on the podcast today?
Oh, yeah, guys. It's an honor, man.
So, yeah, we have our two listeners, old Chad Rhodes and Tyson up with Paul's classmate Tyson. So, we got listeners, so pretty exciting. Probably the only two listeners, but hey, we're still trucking on though. Maybe,
hell yeah.
Maybe with Kohl Rickie on here, we're just gonna blow up probably.
Most likely.
Oh, here we go. That's what we want.
We're getting blown away, am I right, Ricky?
Anyways, well, start the podcast off. We'll start with our first segment, the weekly report. So, Paul, how'd we do this weekend?
Well, I'll tell you what. There was a big IMCA stock car 1,000 to win. We didn't get a stock car out there to compete, so couldn't get a car ready. Hobby stock, we had Derek. He brought home a pretty good finish. Ran into some problems on the sprint car. Didn't get him out there. And our special guest, proud to announce, Kohl Rickie, put a new decal on his car.
Heck yeah.
Putting on Easy R, repping us on. So I'm more than excited to have Kohl Rickie join us. That'll add to the roster, man.
That's good.
Heck yeah.
So we'll talk to the main source. Brandon, obviously you couldn't get your car fired off this weekend, but I saw the other day on social media that you did get it finally fired off. What was the problem?
Well, everything was going good, and then we went to go put some heat in the engine. Made a couple putts. And that was about it.
Everything was going good until we tried to start the damn car.
Yeah. The drive over was nice. It was a nice sunny day. Get to the racetrack plenty of time early, But, the distributor cap decided, you know what? I ain't working today. And all it was a couple screws underneath the distributor cap, and we would have raced. But, the way I look at it, I'd rather put 2 screws in a distributor cap instead of rebuilding a whole nother car at J-Night.
You can't do them like that, man. It's way too early.
Yeah, the old 5S school bus out there in Hobby Stocks placed again. Another great night of racing. Finished 7th and sitting 9th in points so far. So I'm pretty proud of my season this year. Excited for the next race as well. I'll be out of college, so I'm happy about that, So,
Step up.
oh. So now we'll go over to our special guest, Mr. Kohl Rickie. Raced, the little DCRP track this weekend. So let's ask him a few questions. So Kohl, first race at the little DCRP. How was the track? Was it rough, soft?
It was actually pretty smooth. It's to learn to drive on, though, because it's a paper. So the haul ass on the straightaways, and you have to slow way down for the corners. So that kind of sucks, I guess. But, weird driving style.
Well, yeah, it'll be something to get used to. So racing for the amazing Kohl Rickie. How is that? You know, crew chief Bo.
He hasn't touched my car. I do everything on the car.
That's a bold strategy.
Okay. So if Bo doesn't touch the car, how excited are you to join EZR? We saw a decal on social media. How you feel about joining the team?
I'm excited. So, yeah, just excited.
He told me he was a little upset that he didn't get asked before Derek.
Yeah, that's true. I messed up. I could have ran a sport mod, but never got asked.
Hey, man. We were still trying to branch out at that time. President was trying to dig deep into his pockets to give some sponsorships.
Flip.
You asked
Kohl.
Brandon and Derek how much I'm giving them right now.
Yeah, Kohl. Flip. I didn't even think I was going to make it this summer to be on EZR. Flipping. We had to send in resumes to the president's email even.
Damn right.
Flipping. Brandon got his 3 weeks before I finally got mine saying, hey, I guess we could get you this summer. And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And I guess it's a good thing because I was thinking about joining Jordan Knight racing. We've seen how Jordan Knight's doing this year, so.
Man,
But he could say that.
Jordan, just if you do listen to this podcast, odds aren't very likely. But if you do, just know that it's the Sprots saying this bullshit.
Yeah, no shit.
Me and Kohl are just sitting here. They're the ones throwing stuff out. So you're gonna be mad at somebody. Be mad at the people you help out the most.
No, I mean, I've talked to Jordan. Jordan's on the same page as we are. He doesn't know why he's in this funk right now. I mean, obviously, most of the stuff that's actually happened to him, actually, everything that's happened to him hasn't been his fault. So
that's why it's more upsetting. Gosh,
Yeah.
Paul, he could at least have something to say. You know, I could have done that differently. But no, nothing he could have done.
yeah,
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cole, referring back to my earlier joke, how was the weather scenery at your races?
The weather, huh?
the weather.
Well, I was lined up for my qualifier, getting ready to go out on the track, and I just see everybody in front of me start looking back behind me and started pointing. I was like, what's going on? So I waved over one of the guys. They like, what's going on? Why is everybody pointing behind me? And they said there's a tornado on the ground. So, yeah. And so then later on, waited there a couple more minutes, don't know why. And everybody started screaming, get to your trailers! It's getting closer. Your race has been canceled. Get to your trailer and get out here as quick as you can. I was like, oh, well, it's dead. I better turn around then.
They should have just let you go. I mean, you guys got roll cages in there. Might as well kept on going.
I was racing wingless too, so it ain't like I was gonna go airborne. I wasn't fine in the race.
I don't know why everybody was freaking out. The Tornado A mains were coming up next.
Damn, it's just a tornado, guys. We're in Kansas. We live for that stuff.
I know. But, yeah. That sucks.
So, Ricky, I want to know, I mean, how was it racing this weekend? I mean, was it pretty fun or just average, I guess?
It was pretty fun. First time ever running in these cars. It was everything I dreamed of, I guess.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I thought you used to race over in Garden Airport Speedway for a while, but I guess not.
I had a little one of those racing go-karts.
Whose was it?
That's about it, though.
I do remember you getting a go kart from somebody. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Guy overcharged me. I remember that.
I believe it was it was a track champion go kart, wasn't it?
I can't remember for sure. But,
Oh, I'm about 95% sure it was. I think I only lost one race.
Oh yeah, track champion, Kinsley Motor Speedway.
No, this was Dodge. This is when I beat up on you and Brandon.
I was driving in under
I mean that's when he beat up on you and Brandon. It totally. I don't know who that was. Paul.
So, Ricky, on my way back up to Hayes for college, I actually ran into one of those racing teams, number 10, and apparently I overheard him saying, "Man, I'm probably never coming back to this track. Everyone thinks I'm cheating and everything." Do you know anything about that?
10?
It was a number 10 red car, and apparently he was lapping like everyone. He was lapping the second place car even, and they were like, "Your car is illegal." And
That would have been a micro because I finished second in wingless, and I finished third in winged, and nobody. Yeah, there was no red car. Number 10 ahead of me. Know that for a fact.
Huh? Are you sure he wasn't lapping you at that point?
No, man.
Heck no. Cole don't get lapped.
I don't get lapped. I've never been lapped in my life.
There you go.
There you go. That's good. That's good.
Must be nice.
As why we hired you.
So, Cole, is Dodge City going to be the only track you race this summer, or are you planning on racing other places as well?
I'm just going to race at Dodge in Garden City for this year. I stay busy doing that. I only have 1 weekend off this summer, actually, between those two tracks. So maybe next year I'll race over in the Oklahoma area. I have to see then.
That's nice. That's nice. You're not thinking about the Chili Bowl, are you?
No, not yet. I got to get a different car to compete with those guys, probably.
It'll work, Still waiting on my Bell shirt, but, someone didn't come through with that.
I'm sorry, man. I was about to wait in line for 30 minutes for a T-shirt.
He's the best, man. Flipping. Everybody loves the Colfax Comet for whatever he drives, all right? Colfax Comet, he's my hero, man. Oh, Robert. If Robert listens to this, I will cry like a little girl. Please, Robert. Robert, if you ever listen to this, please come on to the
Don't be
gas
fooled.
and
He
hauling
cries
ass.
he cries like a little girl anyway.
I would. If Robert Bell listens to this podcast, Robert, you got to come on to the podcast. This would be the best ever.
Now you're acting like a little fangirl.
Yeah. You're talking about him listening. I think we should be more concerned about people we actually know listening. Because you called out Tyson at the beginning of the podcast, and I know he's only listened to about 5 minutes of the last one because I was there with him.
Tyson, if you make it this far, congrats. You're a trooper.
He's doing better than Robert Bell. That's for damn sure. All right. Good to go.
Oh, man. So, when's the next time you race, Cole?
This weekend over at Garden.
Oh, this weekend over at Garden? That's good. That's good. What's probably going to be the turnout? Because the last time I was there really not a very good turnout.
No, there wasn't. It's growing right now. There should last year. There's towards the end of the season, there's about 20 micros showing up. So I'm hoping to kick off. It's about that many. They just brought the now 600 class to guard, so that'll really up.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. I mean, obviously more competition is always fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, best of luck to you, bud. I mean, at this point of the show, I mean, we kicked off Jordan at this point. So, I mean, if you'd like to go, we could kick you out of here. But I mean, unless you want to listen to some stories this week, I guess you could stay.
I'll stay until I don't know. Feel like leaving, I guess.
All right, we got a trooper. So now we'll move on to Brandon. Brandon, what's your plans for this weekend? Oh, well, actually, in 2 weeks. My bad. 2 weeks.
I was gonna say this week's.
Well, what is your plan for this weekend, huh? What you doing?
Not much. It's raining, raining like crazy. Tornadoes sprouting everywhere.
Kohl Rickie flying around in the tornado in his micro.
God damn, he's doing a pretty good damn lap.
So, anyways, yes, Brandon, what's your plans for the next race? What are you accomplishing?
To start it.
I knew that was coming.
Okay. Anything else? No.
Well, I got my other car, a roller. So I got 2 cars. Just one of them doesn't have, the main part of a race car. So, yeah, just making sure everything works right this time, and we'll be ready for next weekend.
Well, that's good. How the season is going so far for you, which hasn't been very well. Where are you trying to finish this season in points?
I think anybody would want to finish first in points, but
obviously with the season we're not. That's what I'm getting at.
It's only 3 races in. Just give me a little bit here.
Well, if you can't get first, hopefully you can get second.
Jesus.
No, I think a solid top 5 would be good. That would be a good year.
Good.
I think I'm sitting 11th, I think.
Well, I can tell you right now, you just need to shake that bad mojo off you because I really don't want that.
12th,
so.
Brandon.
Yeah, I think I either was in their trailer or said good luck or physically touched everybody that was in the wreck last weekend.
Yeah.
Sick man.
I wouldn't tell people that.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
So, yes, Cole, this man, this...
Be careful, Cole. I'll come touch you.
No.
Hey.
I'm going to have to edit that part out. Oh, my God.
That turned dark quick.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. More work for the editor. Oh, gosh.
All it took us was 2 damn episodes.
We're already going sour. Gosh dang it. Well, thanks for everyone tuning in, Yes.
That will be the second and final episode of the podcast.
Yes, but back to the main point. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think that went through before I said it.
No, you didn't really. But yes, you have had very horrible luck last week, Brandon. Brandon did talk to people who got in the wreck and stuff. But what else happened, Brandon?
Wait, what? What else did happen?
Your fuel pump on your 4-wheeler is not working.
Oh, yeah. Okay. We had first the race car didn't start, and tragic. Then secondly, the 4-wheeler didn't want to start, and that was even worse. And then finally we blew the brakes on the Gator trying to start my race car. So we were 3 for 3.
Just terrible.
Nice.
So yeah, don't
It wasn't.
li-
Yeah, no, it wasn't a good weekend at all.
anyone listening plus Cole, do not go near this man. All right, he's a walking disease right now. Don't go near him. So the next big thing I want to talk about in 2 weeks, Mr. Paul Zimmerman. You thinking about hopping back in the car finally?
Yes, sir. I am graduating from Tech in 2 weeks on the 18th in the morning. And the plan is right now to head home that night, hop in the race car.
Oh man! Finally, you getting excited for that, Paul?
Oh, I am. Let's just hope we can get this car all figured out this weekend. Having a few problems we got to get fixed out, but hopefully we can get her ready by then.
That's good. That's good. Well, Cole, thanks for being on the podcast with us. And also, we want to all say prayers out for Buddy Tubbs. I mean, Buddy Tubbs was in a horrible wreck this weekend, so prayers for Mr. AKA Lightning McQueen, Buddy Tubbs. So, Paul, do you have anything else you would like to talk about?
Not that I know of.
Mr. Brandon?
Jordan, if you're, I know you're not listening to this, but if you do, just having a list. We do have a spare car over here at Sprout Racing with EZR. If you want to jump in a real one.
Oh, I mean, he finished third place. I mean,
Derek forgot to announce the joke section was coming up.
oh, we have a joke section now?
No, I mean, well, that should have went in it. You really think he's going to come over here? He's got everything he wants over there.
I was gonna say,
Not
Brandon,
anymore.
He just got a brand new frame already, so I don't know.
Come to find out, that was Tyler's.
Oh,
Huh.
well, I mean, it is a new frame now.
Yeah, he just got it rebuilt. I actually saw Tyler Knight today, and he said that he's gonna probably let Jordan get his. You guys remember his old black one?
Yep.
Well, if you kind of remember it, it's kind of in the back there now. He runs that white one primarily now, but he's gonna let Jordan get in that bad boy with the original Scott Knight engine.
Oh,
And he's gonna probably tear it up with that car, and Tyler's gonna go run 360s.
oh my gosh, Brandon, you're a walking disease. You don't say that.
Wait,
Clearly,
what?
you said he's gonna go tear it up. You know, like
I didn't mean it like that.
Clearly, you said break a leg to him last week, and he rolled it.
I said
Oh
good
my-
luck.
You all said good luck to Jeremy too, and
Yeah, I did. I also never mind. Anyway,
oh my god.
but anyways, well, the one thing Tyler did tell me, in order for this to happen, Jordan, you're gonna have to lay off the McDonald's there.
Gosh, you guys, I don't know if I want to be on here. 'Cause I'm going to be in the mix with all this stuff. Jordan, let it be known. I think you're beautiful just the way you are.
No. Oh, whoa.
And my joke
What
was
is
bad.
wrong with this week's podcast? First, Brandon wants to touch Cole over here, and now
I didn't mean it
Paul's-
like that.
Jordan, you don't have anything to worry about, man. You'll just go out there and kick everyone's ass again anyways.
like he was wanting to do after that wreck the other night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Ooh.
Jordan was pretty furious. I think Cole got some first-person views of that.
Yeah, I wish he would kick that kid's ass, honestly. This guy shouldn't have held him back, man.
The
Next time,
Downies
tell-
holding the Jordan Knight
Yeah,
back.
next time say let him go.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. We want to see Clint Boyer and Jeff fight. Let them go. That's one thing. If I was ever a promoter, don't kick people out. Let them fight. People want to see fights. You want to bring people to the stands? Let's see some fights.
Yep.
There was a whopping maybe 20 people in the stands at that point.
It's gonna bring more in. Imagine seeing that on Facebook Live. Joanna. You see Jordan. No. Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah. People in the stands next week.
Then if you get Kent Lampy commentating that,
Oh. Speaking
Quality.
of Kent Lampy, if Kent Lampy listens to this, Kent, you have the most amazing car out there, bud. Beautiful. The old 01,
yeah.
that was amazing.
the old General Lee back in action.
That's right. Good looking car. So I hope best of luck to old Kent out there, man. He's the man. Kent Lampy's the man. So, Paul, I got a story. You weren't. I think I might have told you, but I'll let the listeners and Cole listen into the story. So, Cole, when I was racing, every time I'd go out, people would say my right rear is smoking. So we brought it into the pits, and I have a safety bar behind my wheels, protecting me if I slapped a wall or something.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, this bar was rubbing on my tire, so we had to cut it out. So we took my tire off and cutting it, and we're finally down to the last thing. And it's not cut all the way because we didn't have proper cutting tools, but it's almost off. So Kevin's over here just swinging on it with a hammer, just swinging. Anyways, the last swing, Cole, he swings it. It breaks the bar off. The bar off goes flying. The hammer just keeps going, groin, going, boom. Kevin's like, oh, God. I'm laughing because I've seen it happen. Brandon's behind us like, oh, God. What happened? What's wrong with Dad?
I didn't see what happened.
I was like, Dad just swung for the fences and he hit a home run. And Dad's like, oh my God. And everything got quiet. And I was like, so Kevin, no more brothers? And then he takes the hammer and throws it at me. So, it was a good week working on the hobby stock. It was a really fun weekend. Poor Kevin. Kevin was hurting after that.
Oh my gosh.
So finished in 7th in the race. Poor Tom Reed. Tom Reed got hammered. That's another good story. Mr. Tom Reed is a living legend, everyone. We were loading his car up for him after the wreck. Paul, did you see what happened during that?
Well, let's just say he took a shot, man.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know you had.
I saw on Facebook he said he blew an engine or something and then
I saw it happen.
lost everything and got loose and really people had nowhere to go.
Oh, well, I guess Brandon, tell us what happened.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
pay attention, Paul.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm freaking tired.
Oh my gosh.
He was running good. He was running about third. He was fighting for third, but he was losing that battle to, I believe it was 250. And they were going down the back. Thank you, Paul. Going down the back stretch, he blew up his engine. And when he blew up his engine, his rear end locked up. And his car, well, I mean, they were entering turn 3, so it looked like he turned up, but really he probably just went straight. But yeah, after he locked up his rear end, he went straight and he hit Kelly, number 57, and old
Chad.
16. Okay, thank you, Paul. And number 69, Danny Schulte. I know that
Mr.
one, Paul.
Berger, David Berger.
And Berger was running the car?
Yeah, David. Yeah, he's on the points right now. They didn't even count him as Danny points. Like, you look on the points, like in 22nd, you see 69 David Berger, and then like 15th, 69 Danny Schulte.
Oh, I didn't even know he was running his car. I thought it was Danny. But
it was his car, but I don't know why David was in it.
Oh, okay. Anyways, well, when that happened, he slapped up into them two guys, ended up breaking Chad Kelly's front end, and I believe Danny Schulte's front end as well. And when he hit him, they all spun back around, and that's when Mr. Sellard in the 2S, I mean...
Regan?
Thank you again, Paul. Just had nowhere to go, and he didn't even have any time to live. So he was wide open into 3, and just... I mean, it was a head-on collision. It was a nasty one.
Well, anyways, the living legend, Mr. Tom Reed, we're loading his car up after the races for him to help him out. He was talking about, well, the first time I came here, I was 77 years old. And I was like, oh, my God. Flip. And now I'm 81 and a couple broken ribs now. What? Anyways, we load his car up, and I've known Tom for a while, and Tom's the womanizer, all right? Women love Tom, all right? He had one of his girlfriends there with him, and Dad said, well, Tom, you got a couple broken ribs tonight. Just no sex tonight, all right? Tom's like, oh, I'm hurting, but I'm not hurt that bad. That's when I knew living legend Tom Reed. So, well, we're in it pretty far, boys, on the podcast. It's been a good podcast so far. Paul, you think we have enough content on here for this week?
I'm not in charge of that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just here for my good looks and my charming voice.
Oh.
That's probably a good thing because we can't see you. It's an online listen podcast.
Oh, man. Well, after that note, we'll just, thanks for everyone tuning in to Sucking Gas and Hauling Ass podcast. Kohl Rickie, thank you for being our special guest on this week's podcast.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys.
Oh, thunder. Hey, man, it's probably a good thing we're getting off, man.
So,
You're just not hearing thunder. I've been hearing it the entire time.
Anyways, thanks again, Cole. Maybe next week we'll get old Bo Rickie on. The old man, Bo Rickie, the man.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
No promises. He's a busy man.
Cole, last remarks, any sponsors you'd like to shout out this year?
I'd like to thank BS Treasure Sales. And, yeah, it's my only sponsor, so, yeah.
Oh, he didn't say EZR.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh,
EZR,
oh.
No. This is EZR's show. I don't have to say
Fire him.
Really?
Well,
Really?
we were just talking about all our high school memories. I'm gonna let it slide. Me and Cody.
Oh, man.
No, it was like Easy R's show, like part of it though. So it's kind of
Exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. We're all good. We're all good.
Brandon, any last remarks?
Good luck, Cole.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. EZR President, any last remarks?
Good luck, Cole.
See, now you're good because I cursed you when I said it. Now Paul said it, and you're all good now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to Sucking Gas and Hauling Ass Podcast. I've been your host, Derek Sprott, with Paul Zimmerman, Brandon Sprott, and special guest, Kohl Rickie. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.